I hope if you hear this video, if you actually listen to it, that you'll share it with somebody. First thing I want to talk about is reasons people hate Trump. Now, the reason why you see me smiling is because I'm a little. It's really a funny situation here. You got a group of people that don't like Trump, and there's many reasons, I'm sure. Um, they think he's a sex offender. They think he's a real felon, which, let's face it, any felonies ever brought up against him were bullshit. Okay? Even if he was convicted, I don't see how it hurts anybody. He wouldn't hurt nobody. I don't know. I don't reckon he hurt anybody, but that's not the point. I really don't give a shit. Uh, the other day, I was talking to a guy, and I swear this was his excuse for hating Trump. He did the tariff thing, and he said it's going to cost everybody a bunch of jobs. And you know what? First of all, I'm going to say this, and I want you to understand, I seriously do mean it. And if I was in Congress, I'd be voting right along with Donald Trump. You know why? Because look, if you had any business sense, any common sense, you'd realize that by raising the tariffs, you're causing more factories to come back to the United States, creating more jobs for the people. Well, let's face it, the people that want to work. But all these protesters don't want to work. That's the reason they're protesting. Because Donald Trump, he don't believe in giving money to people unless they earn it. And I understand that. I worked all my life. Now, everybody says, well, if you raise this tariff, your stocks are going to drop. Who gives a shit? The only people that worry about stocks is rich people. I'm not rich. I don't give a shit. I care about me. I care about what I gotta pay. See? You always talk about you want the rich to pay their fair share. Think about it. The Supreme Court. I want to explain something to you, how I feel about the Supreme Court. I'm not saying they're useless. I'm not saying that at all. But see, the Supreme Court, they go just right to the letter of the law and even step over it sometimes. But maybe if they used a little common sense. See, that's where I'm drawing the line here with the Supreme Court. If they use common sense at all, they'd realize some of the stuff they rule against needs to be done. But they don't evidently use their brains, because everything that Trump does, they try to do away with it. Listen, let the man do his job, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be satisfied. But if you're thinking about voting for a Democrat in this fucking midterm election, I swear you're either very lazy or you just getting paid to do it. Because I know for a fact that all these billionaires are pitching in and paying y'all for riding in the streets and shit like that. Well, I'll tell you what. If Donald Trump was a king, as you dumbasses are going against, you wouldn't be doing this. Because the king would have you executed or imprisoned. Now, that's a fact. I'm not making this shit up. So you're out there with this no king nonsense, which the man ain't trying to be a king. He's trying to be a savior. And you know, when it comes to the religion and stuff, you know, I believe in a supreme being. I believe in a higher power. I don't care what anybody says. You look at this world today. Well, actually, look at the world a couple of hundred years ago, before we started tearing it up, messing it up, and polluting the waters and everything. You could drink out of a river a couple of hundred years ago. Try that now. I'll see you in the emergency room. You know, he gave us all these trees to breathe. You have to have an oxygen if you want to survive. Where do you get oxygen? You can't get oxygen from a machine. I mean, sure you can, but I mean, he gave us trees, all kinds of vegetation that gives us oxygen. See? Now, the ozone layer. Remember was all the talk was about the ozone layer. Oh my God, hairspray. Oh no. You know what? I don't suppose. Just suppose now, shooting 300 and something frickin' rockets into outer space right through that ozone layer. I don't suppose that would have anything to do with weakening the ozone layer. Nah, probably not. Nuclear explosions that we've had for 80 years or whatever the hell it's been since World War I or II. All these big bombs they tested, all them clouds rising right up through the ozone layer. That wouldn't have anything to do with it, I'm sure. No, probably not. See, this global warming. When did we start talking global warming? Was it Al Gore? I think it was Al Gore that really got it going. When I was a kid, which is, let's say, way back, you go out in the summertime and the tar on the road will actually melt. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it many times when I was a kid. You know what I've seen since I've been grown up? It doesn't happen. I haven't seen, you show me a road that, unless it's just fresh tar or something, it's as hot now as it was then. Now, if you want to talk about global warming, this winter time I was praying for it because it was cold as hell. So, as far as global warming goes, y'all dumbasses need to learn how it really is. Earth is going closer to the sun every year. Every year. Now, you can ask a scientist, they'll tell you that. Remember how the Bible said it wasn't going to be flooded to when he destroys it next time? What do you think? What's left? If you don't have floods, what else is there that could destroy a whole world? This world's going to end up being destroyed. It's not going to happen soon. It's going to take, I don't know, I'm not even going to hazard a guess, but it's going to take a long time, trust me. It's going to get so close to the sun that it just starts disintegrating. It's going to happen. I believe it in my heart. Now, when I look at all these reasons, like I heard, now this is no kidding, I heard this from a woman. I asked her what she had against Trump. You know what she told me? Well, he don't want nobody to get an abortion. So, because a guy don't feel like he should kill a kid, you don't like him because you don't. Now, see, wait a minute. Hold it. You're willing to stick up for a child rapist in a sanctuary city, but you're not willing to stick up for a guy just because you don't want to kill kids. Maybe he feels it's against his religion. I thought we had a right to our religion, and I also thought we had a right to our views. You can still get an abortion. It's not as easy as it used to be, but you can still get one. It isn't outlawed in all states. He left it up to the states. So if you got anybody to be pissed off about abortions, be pissed off at your governor, because he can go ahead and okay it. So don't blame Trump for that. And by the way, it was the Supreme Court that got abortions started legal. So that shows you right there, they don't use common sense. Abortion should only be for medical reasons or incest rape or something like that. I understand it. Or if the kid's going to die anyway because they found some abnormality with him, I can understand it. Even then I wouldn't. I'd let him be born, and if God wants him, he'll take him. You just don't get it, do you? I want you to look around the world today. Not just the United States, around the whole world. I want you to really think hard in your mind. If you're a Democrat, well, fake it, because, look at society now and go back 30, 40 years. Do you see what I'm saying? 50 years ago, I'm not saying they didn't protest. Oh yeah, they protested. They started protesting like in the 60s, I guess. But the only ones that ever got violent back then was the cops. Today, the cops are the ones that are trying not to be violent, but they won't let them do their damn job. I think if you're going to protest with signs on the sidewalk and you get a permit, go for it. I don't care. It's legal. I'm good with it. But if you're going to jump up and down on cars, set buildings on fire, steal and loot, and just attack people for no reason, okay? That's where I'd send the military in. I'd put a curfew on. And I guarantee you, if you're caught out after that curfew, well, that's not going to be good for you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm tired of people not understanding the facts. Somebody told me one time Donald Trump's only going to help the rich. Well, you kind of ain't been paying attention, have you? He's helping everybody, rich and poor. And you know what? I don't care if he helps the rich too, because look, if it wasn't for the rich, you wouldn't be getting paid. He gives companies tax breaks. Why? So you can get paid. See? And the gas prices what happened? They went way, way down from what they were when Biden was in office, right? Now they're going back up a little bit because of Iran. Now, you've seen all the good that Donald Trump's done for this country. You're telling me that you can't stick with him a little bit, because it ain't going to last forever. Iran's not Vietnam. Iran is not going to be that big a deal. We know we can take them in a matter of just a month or two. But you can't hold out a month or two and pay a little extra at the pump. You can't do that, can you? Well, I feel sorry for you. Now, Iran don't really supply that much oil to us. So that's not why Donald Trump's doing it. They supply oil to a lot of places, like China, and quite frankly, if our enemy sells oil to another enemy, well, doesn't it make sense, knowing that they're going to fixing to shoot off some powerful rockets in a matter of just maybe a month or two? They were only weeks away from making a missile that can hit America. And like I've said in another video, I've been hearing Death to America since the 70s. What makes you think they're not going to do it? See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all people don't really think. You don't think. Either that or you pay attention to ABC, NBC, CBS. You know, I'm going to tell you the truth. Fox, although, let's face it, they're too conservative. But if you listen to them real close, they only tell the truth. Everything on there, I've looked this shit up. If I have doubts, I look it up. It's always the truth. Maybe you should try, because they tell you stuff that the other ones won't tell you, because the other ones are owned by liberals. See, that's all I got to say today. But like I said, if you agree, I come up with views all the time, my views. And I want to tell you right now, everything that I've said is my views. Doesn't mean you have to agree with me. But if you use your common sense, the stuff that I've told you makes sense. And if you subscribe, you'll see more videos. I write songs too, so sometimes I'll put a video up, song video. So, but if you subscribe and share and all that other stuff they do, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.